I'm with Al Sutton. How are you?
Pleasure, sir.
Of Acme Audio.
Yes, sir.
Which I think is the coolest name ever. We were talked about that off camera. So, tell me what you got going on. What be this?
This is the Opticom XLA3. And what we did is we built this, it's an all-tube compressor, opto circuit, very simple, fixed threshold, in and out. But what we did is we just kind of took a little hint from, like, it's not an LA2, but multiple LA2s have different speeds and characteristics.
Sure.
And then we just kind of said, what if we just made an optical compressor that had 3 separate opto circuits in it that were tailored for fast, medium, and slow attack release time. So we ended up just doing that. So very simple circuit, all tubes, 3 separate optical circuits in there with different time processes. So you get everything from like really gritty, like all button 1176 dirt with distortion, like a standard smooth thing, and then we put the slow one in, which is like a real classic like broadcast sort of compressor with the real slow attack.
Yeah.
Just clamped down, and then the other option is we just also have an amp, a bypass and an amp mode, so you can turn the optos off and just use it as a tube gain stage.
Which is nice. Dave Jordan and Brian Colstrom used to do that with their LA2s.
Yeah.
They just used to use it with no reduction, just use it as a mic brick.
Yeah, you could probably do it. That's a good point. You could probably do a micro. I never even think of that. But
Dave Jordan's
you can get about 50 dB of gain out of it.
Yeah.
So it works as a good little line amp. If you want to do that. People sometimes just run them like for distortion boxes.
Nice.
So
yeah, these days digital's so clean and perfect and wonderful, and you can manipulate it. God bless it. But we're always looking for ways to screw it up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Create something unusual. What do we have down here?
This is the 500 series version of it. It's only 1 vacuum tube in there as opposed to 5 tubes in this circuit.
Wow.
It's the same exact optical circuit as this guy. We just ended up using a solid state makeup gain section on it instead of having all tube amplifiers. So we like to look at it as sort of like the LA3 to the LA2, even though we're nothing like those compressors, but it's half solid state, half tube version of it, and it's
nice. It's
quite fun, a whole different vibe, different character. It's same kind of compression characteristics, but
I just love the fact that it looks like the British Army. Speaking of which, okay, first of all, it looks like it's built like a brick, and it weighs a lot. This is some substantial stuff.
It's heavy,
now, this is your Motown D.I.
Yes.
I love this. I love how significant this feels. So what did you do? Did you get the original Motown D.I. and pull it apart?
There was these boxes that existed back in Detroit back in the day. And so they just made these boxes. They just used a really amazing transformer that isn't made anymore. Well, it is now, So the company made the transformer. It stopped making those transformers like 35 years ago. And then I heard one of these boxes from, I had done a session with Dennis Coffey, one of the Funk Brothers, and he had one of these boxes.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, what the hell is that? He's like, oh, we never used amps back in Motown. I'm like, what do you mean? Gave me a quick education on it, and then, he walks into a studio, doesn't even bring an amp, he just has a DI, and that's how he likes to do his recording. And
so we're saying James Jemerson used one of these?
Possibly.
James Jemerson used one of these.
And but I couldn't get the transformer that it had. Eventually just went back to the company that makes it, and I'm like, can you make these? They're like, no, we're not interested in that. I literally badgered them for years. 2 years of badgering. And then we went through extremes. We tried everybody's transformer. I even went to the effort as I took an original one apart. I took the metal out, took it to the University of Michigan, and they scanned it under the electron microscope to actually figure out the chemical composition of the metal and everything. I couldn't get anybody to make a transformer that would sound like that, or they would want to even make it sound like that. Everybody wants it cleaner and more transparent. And eventually, the company that makes it, they relented and they started making them again. And so now I have this, because I wouldn't have built it if I couldn't have gotten it to sound exactly like the original ones. Because there's a million DIs on the market that are a lot less than this.
Right.
But there's no DI that sounds like that. So other than these and the original ones that are floating around Detroit. So
really beautiful. We'll have a link under the video for this, of course. You know what the best thing about this is? You agreed off camera to give us one of these for a giveaway.
We'll do that. We'll do a giveaway for sure.
It's pretty amazing. How much is this?
It's $450.
So this is a $450 built like a brick schnizzle, beautiful DI, and you know, I can't enter my own competitions.
It has an attenuator too, so you can run like the output of an amplifier, the speaker level through it as well. So
wonderful. Yeah, this is great.
That.
This is a really, really cool thing. So you know what to do. Enter the raffle, tweet about it, Facebook about it, visit your page, do all the fun things that you have to do if you want to win this. And this is beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
I think it's going to be like my favorite thing, and I've only been here about 3 hours. I did 2 seasons on X Factor, and on one of the seasons doing that, they came in to us and said, we're going to do a Motown mashup.
Okay.
And they said, you can pick a Motown song and a modern song and mash them up. And they said, here's the list of cleared Motown songs. And they brought in a wad of paper, like, you know, 40 sheets of paper.
It's like a phone book.
It's like a phone book.
Yeah.
And I turn it to page 1, I'm like, know that song, 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 boom, know that. And you forget, Motown was, say, hundreds of top 10 singles.
Prolific company, you know, and
incredible.
Being from Detroit, you know, Motown is like, you grow up there, you kind of don't really think much about it, but, you know, because it's like every day in your life as a kid, you know, and then like, when you really start studying what they did and you meet the people that did it, it just blows your mind, like their work ethic and their abilities as songwriters and, you know, players. The engineers who built the gear are brilliant. You know, Mike McLean, who designed that studio, is like a brilliant man, you know, and
amazing.
And they're just it was all just the perfect timing of everything coming together, you know.
You got that, you got classic cars, and you got Iggy. Don't forget the Stooges.
And the Stooges, yeah. And MC5.
MC5, I know Wayne.
I've got a few, you know.
You did well. You did well.
All right,
wonderful to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Thank you ever so much.
Coming
so, as ever, please enter the raffle below. This is a big one for me. This is. I wish I could win it myself.
Maybe I'll send 2.
Did you hear that?
Oh wait, turn that mic off.
Have a marvelous time recording and mixing. Please enter the raffle.